Hello, welcome back. It's time for another video, possibly the last for a little while. Just to summarize what took place at the end of the last video is that I did lie. I went back and because Dwight took the lead and I did really want to win that competition, and I was luckily able to increase my weight and get the victory. But great battle as ever, Dwight. One hell of a fisherman, sir. One hell of a fisherman. So good. I also wanted to clarify that I will stop competition fishing except for the big fish because I love them, and I really do enjoy them. I see them as the best challenge on the game, so I can't deny myself that pleasure. Right, so this video's purpose is I wanted to actually go over big fish fishing, so to speak, just to give some tips. I wanted to focus on just general tactics that you need to employ, and also the fighting of the fish. Because I know, people can tend to struggle. They lose a lot of the big fish. I think people have got a hell of a lot better recently. Lots of various players are catching big fish, but it'd be much more interesting and balanced in the game if more people stood a chance in those big fish competitions, because you do tend to see a lot of the same faces. My big face a lot of the time as well. So let's get some other faces up there challenging. Okay, right. So I think it was Mr. Hawkeye that originally did the scouting of this location for beluga, and he pinpointed around here as a good spot, and also over here somewhere. I've only tried over here a little bit, not had too much success. This is always the best area. Arthur actually won a daily here with like £970 or something. I think John might have got a really big fish here as well. I think I came third in that. But I did not know that they went as high as like £970 here. So fair play to both those guys for getting monsters here. But this is probably the easiest place to catch a 900 plus fish on a regular basis. So it's the best place to give, make a video here and give some examples. Okay. So, right, I'm not going to bother testing. I have a general idea, and I actually want to catch some fish, from anywhere from like £700 up to £900, because I want to show you how you can actually get a good idea of the weight of the fish without having to reel it in. Because look, at the end of the day, with these big fish, if you reel in every fish that you catch, then it will take you forever, and your rod is gonna get decimated, and it just costs too much gold, too much money. So let's get in there. Let's try and get some ripples in this area, anywhere from around there, this kind of region. I think my biggest was maybe around here somewhere, maybe on some of these marks around there. I also had a 940 there somewhere. So let's get some ripples going, and let's get the action started. We could have a little go here. I think it's possible to get some big ones there. We'll try and hit there, see what we can do. As I always have to say, sometimes okay, that's quite big straight away. Right, so we can see the way this is pulling. Now look at the tactics I employ. Right, my base camp for when I'm fighting a fish is to have the reel pressure on zero the whole time, and then you can react. Okay, well that's just perfect, isn't it? Okay. Right, so I just lost the fish there. So maybe you should not listen to a word I say. All right, let's go again. Okay. You really do have to concentrate. And as I always say, it's quite tough when I have to fish on the windowed instead of full screen. But let's go again. So that was 870. It's quite big, but we want bigger. Okay, so this is much smaller. Right. So we'll go into the tactics of fighting the fish when we get a bigger one. Right, so, but to tell, you want to get your real pressure at 0, and we have to look at the bar to see, you know, kind of what pressure the fish is able to put on the bar when it's pulling away and you're applying no pressure on the reel. Oh God. Arta! Bloody hell. Well, I'll speak to you in a minute, sir. So here I can ascertain that this fish is probably 750, let's say that, because it's not really able to pull me in the red, but it does pull the bar a little bit into the orange. So we'll say 750. Might be a little bit less than that. Let's let it go. Wow. Boom. See, lovely. Okay. So it shows through experience that you can kind of get an indication of what the weights are, because I will fish a big fish competition and I may only catch 2 or 3 fish, actually reel them in, because I let go of so many fish that that are just not big enough to have any use in the competition. Oh, this could be nice. Go a little bit higher than the ripple. What do we say here? Oh, I went a lot higher. Whoa, okay, now this is big, right. Okay, so let's concentrate. He's been in. Right, so base camp down at 0. Now when it pulls away, you can release the pressure. Okay, simply by clicking on the mouse. Okay, now the most likely way you'll lose a fish is by having slack line. Okay, when the fish actually swims in towards you, that's the most likeliest way you'll lose a fish. So base camp at 0 real pressure. You can break that pressure, and then you're always ready to react when the fish swims in or sidewards, and you have to apply the pressure again. Okay, this is not easy. I wonder how big this is. I mean, when they get over 900 pound, it can be quite hard to tell exact weights, but this does feel pretty big. So, okay, base at 0, release the pressure, and then react, get down to 0 again. Okay. And then they do that slingshot where they kind of come in and out and in and out, and that's when it gets very tricky. But you've just got to have full concentration. Make sure your mouse is in a good position so you're able to move your hand quickly and add, with agility, and be able to react to any possible movements that the fish is going to make. Okay, maybe it's not as big as I first thought. It's always hard to tell when it's not on full screen. Okay, so break the pressure. Let's make a guess now. I'm going to say, I think 900, but I could be wrong. But we can get an idea pretty soon. Come on, man. But this fish, if we were fishing a daily, this fish wouldn't win me the competition, I don't think. I don't think it's anywhere close to 950 plus or anything like that. But let's hope I'm wrong. So these are the battle has been won. If you lose a fish from here, then you deserve to bloody be shot. Although it has happened to me once, maybe once or twice, but generally not. Come on, you big beluga. Okay. So pull him in. Now what I like to do, when the fish has no fight left and it's like you're pulling in a dead weight, it puts no resistance up, then you can tell also when you're reeling in. I like to play this little game with myself. Gets me all excited before I actually pull the fish in. I think I've got some mental issues, but I do like to do that. So we're close to that point. Alright, come on, boyo. Let's let him lose all his energy. How many? Did I lose a whole heart there? 6, Oh, another bit just went. Right, he's nearly beat. I'll have a swig of coffee. Right, there we go, he's dead. Okay, when does it go into the red? Oh, 80, ooh, 83. This could be very big. 940, let's say. Oh, okay. So 923. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so that was actually a good example to show you. So if we just recap, for the majority of the time you're fighting the fish, you want your reel pressure at 0, for as long as possible. Then when the fish pulls away, all you do is tap on the mouse, break the pressure. You can bully the fish to an extent. I'll give you an example of how you can actually bully the fish. As long as you release the pressure after, half a second or a second or whatever, then that kind of resets itself. So let's see if we can show you. Alright, this is not very big, but look what you can do. Look, boom, 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 boom. You can really, really test your rod strength like that for a little while. So, don't be scared to bully from that aspect, because like I say, the greatest risk you've got of losing the fish is by the line going too slack and losing it that way. I'll let go of this fish anyway. Well, they'll give you another test to see how much this fish could possibly weigh. Oh, come on, so we need to get it so it's high 700s, I reckon. Yeah. Okay, mid 700s, but you get the idea. It's definitely a fish that we'd let go, because you can see a dramatic distance. I mean, with the beluga, generally you'll know when you've got a big fish, because as you saw with that 900 pounder, it pulls you into the very red straight away. But when there's more subtle differences, say you're fishing for, some of the hardest ones are when you're fishing for a fish that will only get up to, 710, 720. But there are ways of seeing with that as well. The difference between a 600-pound fish and a 700-pound fish is noticeable. So you have to get used to the bar. And obviously once you have your reel down at 0 and the fish is pulling away, for a couple of seconds you get an idea of how big it's going to be. So all these little tricks that you can employ just to make your life easier. Yeah, okay, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say on the big fish today. So yeah, lovely job, great stuff. Well, I hope you enjoy the videos. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And yeah, we'll make some more videos in the future. But thank you very much. Oh, come on then. Come on then, son. It just appeared there, It'd be rude not to cast on it. I mean, I don't think it's... How big used? This is maybe like mid 800s. Maybe not that. I mean, you can't always tell straight away. I mean, I like to at least play the fish for 10, 15 seconds. Oh, okay. Maybe it is then. We'll say 820. 820? Oh, no. 810. Oh, I was way off. Okay, so 850. See, it is tough, but the more you do it, then the better idea you'll get. Alright, good stuff. Farewell. Happy fishing. Take my fish away. Doom, doom. Doom, doom.